Hello everyone, it's Amanda from Willow and Pip. Welcome to today's vlog style video. We are in the Candle and Soap studio and today we are doing all things fall candles. This is the first year that I am launching a fall specific candle collection. Last year I had my regular candles that I offered doing so well that I actually didn't even really consider doing a fall candle release. And so after, a year and a half or 8 months, I suppose, of having those candles for sale, I am anxious or excited to be offering 6 new candle fragrances for a fall launch. I've done all of my testing on fragrance selection, fragrance mixing, all the wicks that I need, the size, etc. And I was really pleased that my CDN size 10 candles burn really well for the fragrance mixes. So that makes wicking and prepping for pour super straightforward. I'm not sure the quantity that other candle companies offer as far as fragrance range for their fall collections. 6 to me just felt like a natural number or a normal number. So my goal when I first started mixing my fragrances and testing my burns was to do 6. And it turned out really well that I was really, really pleased with the scents and how they came out. So it was easy for me to land on the 6. I suppose that if I had done a bunch of testing and there were some blends that I just couldn't land, I didn't like, that I would have offered a smaller quantity. But I would be curious to know for those other candle makers out there, do you typically do a fall launch? And if you do, how many candles do you typically offer? I am aware that I have a bit of a problem, but I think it's a common problem where I have a myriad of fragrance oils, and so my signature collection is larger than it perhaps ought to be. But I honestly have a really hard time scaling back. Um, it's actually one of my goals, and I think at the end of this year, I'll take a good hard look at what sold in my Shopify store versus what didn't, and see if I'm able to scale a couple of the original fragrances back. So, although I do have a problem with the number of fragrances and candles I offer, I did try to keep this new fall collection true to my Willow and Pip branding. So, I try to focus on candles that are inspired by nature. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the traditional fall gourmand scents, or like bakery type scents, like just a straight apple pie, for example. It's just not a candle or a fragrance scent that I've ever really been overly attracted to. So these ones I made are all my own blends, which is also the first time that I've done that. And they are what I would call complex, meaning they definitely smell like fall. So, for example, on that apple theme, I do have a candle called um, I haven't landed quite on the name yet, but I think I'm going to name it something like Orchard Lane or Orchardville or Red Orchard, something like that. So it definitely is an apple scent, but it is mixed with some base notes as well of sandalwood and clove, and so very fall heavy, but not something that you can find off the shelf, direct pour from another fragrance oil supplier. And I don't say that in any type of condescending way, because some of my signature collections I do just do a straight pour. There's some really nice fragrance oil companies out there, and I'm not above doing that by any means. So if you're a candle company and that's what you do, I also do that. So don't take that comment as any type of slight towards that approach either. Something else I would be really curious to know from other candle makers out there is, when do you do your fall launch? So because I have my candles made with coconut apricot wax, they cure for 2 weeks minimum. And that's just to ensure best burn quality. I find if I rush that process, it can increase the risk of tunneling. as well as the fragrances just aren't as strong. So anyway, I've recorded this video a couple weeks in the past. And so these candles are now in real time, ready to go, sitting on my curing shelves. And I decided on a launch date of August 1st, but I'm a little bit nervous now that that might be pushing it ahead too aggressively. So I would be really curious to know what everybody else does. I have recently and increasingly started using ChatGPT as kind of my little business coach and asking all kinds of questions. And ChatGPT thinks that August 1st is a perfect date. But for any other ChatGPT users out there, you probably will have noticed a bit of a theme where it tends to agree with you rather than, give you critical feedback. So I'm worried that the feedback I'm getting from ChatGPT is just the robot or the AI saying, yeah, that's a great idea, and not actually giving me the truth. I'm a little bit committed now to the August 1st deadline because I had a week holiday here. So I spent some time actually on my website design and social media posts for Instagram. And so I went ahead and did some scheduled Instagram reels and posts announcing like a countdown to August 1st. And so because I'm by no means an Instagram guru and it takes me a long time to put those kinds of posts together and I have them all scheduled and that's done, at this point I won't change the launch date. So you won't hurt my feelings if you too tell me that I'm way too early. But August 1st it is, and so fingers crossed on that. I'm nervous, actually quite nervous. I'm excited because I really do love these fragrances. I actually took 3 of the candles up to my kitchen after the 2-week mark, and we've been burning them almost every night while we watch our shows with the kids, and it's just been really, really lovely. But I have never really put myself out there as far as any type of countdown or product launch. I see all kinds of other business owners, YouTubers doing these launches, and then they, come on their social media and they're like spouting out their success and they were sold out. And so I have a little bit of just self-doubt here, I would say, fear of, what if I do the launch and none of them go? And I've never been in this position before. So again, I would really benefit from any of your feedback for other makers out there to, what's been your experience if you've done launches yourself. I recently went into a new shop in Port Elgin, which is a full consignment shop. And what that means is I'm able to put all of my products out whenever I want. And I can also go back to those shelves and take product back. So because I have this sort of new arrangement set up, it's a little bit of a fail-safe so that if my launch doesn't go as well as I was hoping, I am able to put those candles out on shelves and not have it, just be sitting stale on, my curing racks and not moving. So I think that's also the reason why I felt a little bit more comfortable this year doing the fall launch, getting new fragrances. But it's not at a cost or risk, that's for sure. Albeit it's a risk I'm excited to take. Thank you so much for joining today's vlog. I hope you found the video inspirational. Perhaps you're running your own candle business or thinking of running your own candle business. And I really hope that the content today helped move you along on your journey as well. If you would like to share any tips or tricks or candle making updates from yourself, just pop a comment below. I try to get back to everybody in a timely manner. And if you should be so inclined, if you could like and subscribe, it really helps my YouTube channel grow and get found. Thank you so much. Until next time.